Hey there everyone, I'm Kylie at Games Unlimited, and I'm here to talk about a couple of games that I think are great picks this week. I'm going to start off with a classic. This is Morels, one of my all-time favorite two-player games. It's designed by formerly local Pittsburgh designer Brent Povis. This was his first game, knocked it out of the park. It's a game about mushroom hunting. I don't even like mushrooms, but I love this game so much. So what you're doing, it's a two-player game, two-player card game. What you're gonna do is you're traveling along the forest trying to find different types of mushrooms. You can get chanterelles, you can get hen of the woods, and of course you can get the titular morels. Those are the hardest to find, but they're worth the most points. You're going to have a path of 8 cards. Those represent the path that you and the person you're playing with are walking down, trying to pick up mushrooms. So you can see what's at the forest floor before you and what's coming up ahead. Because on your turn, you can only pick up one of the 2 cards at the front of the line. So you're going to take one of those cards, you're going to slide the rest of the line down, add some stuff to the end, so you have a sense of what's coming ahead. You're going to take these mushrooms. Ideally, you can collect 3 of a kind. Because if you have 3 of a kind, you can cook them up. They're yummy and delicious, and you're going to get points for that. Or you can sell them. If you have at least 2, you can sell them for walking sticks. And these walking sticks let you jump ahead. So you see something that's maybe 5 cards down the line, you can normally only pick up the first 2, so you pay a few extra walking sticks, you can jump ahead and get a mushroom or another item before your opponent. There's other little things like baskets that you need. Well, you don't need, but baskets that you hold more cards in your hand. You're gonna be able to get butter and cider that you can cook up these mushrooms even more delicious, get more points for that. Just an all-around fabulous two-player game, easy to pick up and learn. I recommend it to fans of Lost Cities and things like that. That's Morels. Next up, I want to talk about something that's been out for a few months, hasn't gotten a lot of press, I don't think. That is Paleo. This is a new cooperative game from Z-Man, and in this one, you play as a tribe of ancient hunter-gatherers. So you're working together as a group to basically survive and thrive. Ultimately, you want to make these cave paintings. You need to do 5 valorous, sort of awesome things. Each one of them lets you add to the cave painting to win the game. But if 5 terrible things happen, like having a tribe member die, you're going to lose the game. What's interesting about this is that you're going to deal out a deck of cards evenly amongst the players. And these cards have different things on the card backs. So you're going to be able to see from the back of the card, oh, this card is going up to the mountains, this card is going to the forest, this card is hanging around the campfire and learning stuff. And each round, you're going to go around the table. Everyone's going to look at the top 3 cards of their deck so they can see the card backs. Some of them are even bad. You know it's a hazard. You're going to choose one of those 3 cards that's what your section of the tribe is going to do this turn. The other 2 go back on top in the same order. Then everyone is going to turn over their card, and as a group you decide how to respond. So most of the cards are going to have an option. If you have this number of materials or these particular expertises, you can get this thing done. Maybe make a new tool, get some food. Or you're going to, instead of doing one of the things on your card, you're going to help another set of the tribe by using the skills that your tribe members have to help them achieve one of their tasks. Of course, if it's a hazard, you're going to have to deal with it, and there's generally no good thing. There's just a bad thing if you don't deal with it. But again, you can get help from the other tribe members, but it's really about deciding what's important to do. Do I sacrifice this thing that I could do to help because I want to help somebody else achieve a different goal, ultimately for the good of the tribe? There's a lot of different scenarios in there. You make different sets of decks for different difficulties, different scenarios, there's surprises, but there's a lot of replayability to this game. Highly recommend you check out Paleo if you like cooperative games and you want some that have just like a little bit of a different decision-making process behind it. All right, last up this week, I want to talk about Marvel United. Now, this was a come on Kickstarter quite a while back. Very exciting game because it's got this chibi artwork style of Marvel characters. So this is also a cooperative game. And what's happening in this is a very family-friendly, easy to get into game because you're just using these cards that are all icon driven. So each player chooses a Marvel hero. You know, this one comes with Hulk and Captain America and Black Widow. And you're going to get your own unique deck of cards, and you're going to choose a bad guy to play against, which also has their own unique deck of cards. And you're going to draw some cards, and on your turn, we go around the table taking turns playing a card out to what they call the timeline, the comic book timeline. So I'm going to play a card, and it'll have a couple of icons, like, okay, I get to move one space, and I get to attack. Great. But The next player is going to add next to your card in the timeline because they get to piggyback off of what you did. So I'm going to play my card that says, oh, I get to do a super special thing, maybe punch somebody 2 times. But I also get to do the things that were on the card, the 2 cards before me. So you really can build up these chains. But of course, each player has their own unique deck, each character has their own deck, and they have special abilities, which are great and awesome, but usually the cards with your special abilities, they're not gonna help people that come after you in the timeline. So you really have to decide, is this the time that I put something out there to help the group so we can all work together, or do I really need to step out, do something really cool right now on my turn, but it's not gonna be something that can be replicated by the other players. So we've had this in for a while. We are just now getting in the massive extra expansions. There's so much content to this game. There's a Wakanda expansion. There's a Asgard expansion, Spider-Verse. I mean, just about every character you can think of is represented between all the extra add-ons and expansions that we have. So that is Marvel United. If you're a fan of co-ops and a fan of Marvel, highly recommend you check this out. All right, that's it from me this week, folks. I hope, as always, you come down, check out some of these games, pick something up, go home, and unbox some fun. I'll see you later.